The dive unfolds in an instant, direct and filled with pressure. Birds of prey command the sky through altitude, vision, and precise timing. They disrupt a target's rhythm before it can find a way out. Even other predators remain cautious under the pressure of those talons. What makes these birds a presence that both sky and land must respect? The wild world is home to more than 550 species of birds of prey. From high mountains to coastal shores, their presence spans across the natural world. Each species carries a distinct form, shaped and refined by nature over time. Some dominate the heights, while others control the depths of the forest. Their true strength lies in how they read timing and opportunity. At altitudes of several thousand feet, eagles spread their wings as symbols of power, instinct, and hunting intelligence. They command space through sharp vision, powerful wings, and the ability to choose the exact moment. On the African savanna, the martial eagle is one of the most formidable winged predators. With a wingspan of over 6.5 feet, it often soars high, using elevation and light to approach its target. When the moment opens, a fast, controlled, and precise dive can place intense pressure on a young antelope. Against ground-dwelling lizards, it relies on speed and surprise to complete the hunt. In the Amazon rainforest, the harpy eagle demonstrates strength in a different way. It moves silently through narrow gaps within the canopy. Its talons, measuring around 5 inches, are even larger than those of a North American grizzly bear. This advantage allows the harpy to maintain a firm hold in dense forest and control prey such as sloths or monkeys high above the ground. Across the steep mountain ranges of Europe and Central Asia, the golden eagle is a master of cliffside hunting. Its target is the young alpine ibex, a mountain goat weighing around 66 pounds. Rather than relying on raw force, the eagle grips the horns or head, beats its wings to disrupt the animal's balance, and forces it off its footing. Earth's gravity becomes the eagle's ultimate tool. A remarkable example of biomechanics, worthy of its title as the ruler of the skies. Behind their graceful glide over ocean waves, seagulls reveal themselves as remarkably clever opportunists. With a wingspan of nearly 4 feet in some larger species, they are agile enough to change direction quickly and close in on a target within moments. Can a brief lapse in awareness be enough to change everything? On calm lakes, a duckling or a pigeon that strays from safety is quickly followed. The seagull lowers its flight path, accelerates, and takes advantage of the instant the target loses rhythm. The encounter is brief, yet enough to turn still water into a scene of tension. Along the Atlantic cliffs, their strategy becomes even more refined. Each breeding season, puffins return to their familiar burrows, carrying sand eels for their young. Seagulls remember this pattern. They wait near the burrow entrance, choose the exact moment a puffin lands, then move in to take the fish directly from its beak. In just a few seconds, a meal changes hands. Even so, puffins do not give up easily. They slip quickly through narrow rock gaps and retreat into deeper burrows to protect what remains. What makes seagulls particularly formidable is their flexible jaw structure, allowing them to handle larger prey without the need to chew. Even a rabbit weighing close to 3 pounds can become an unexpected food source. When food is scarce, competition within the group intensifies, and weaker chicks may become targets. This is the harsh side of coastal survival, where opportunity can decide everything. The natural world is filled with unusual alliances. Along the edge of the Nile River, life sometimes begins in the least expected place. On sandy banks where crocodiles build their nests, a pair of water-thick knees quietly chooses a site for the next generation. They are not large, nor do they rely on overwhelming strength. Instead, their advantage lies in reading the environment and choosing the right neighbor. Near crocodiles, many egg predators remain cautious. But when a crocodile slides into the water to cool down, an opening quickly appears. A Nile monitor begins to follow scent trails across the sand, moving closer step by step. At once, the thick knee pair responds. They spread their wings, run low across the ground, and call out in steady alarm. This signal draws the intruder away from the nest and can also prompt the crocodile to return. Here, survival depends on selecting the right ally. Yet this partnership carries risk. A single careless movement from a crocodile can leave an egg broken. The parent quietly clears away the remaining shell to reduce scent traces. Even with loss present, it continues to incubate what remains, because that is the most effective path for survival. Evolution has shaped the peregrine falcon into the sky's ultimate speed specialist. Its streamlined body, pointed wings, and sharp vision allow it to control three-dimensional space, where even the smallest movement can create an opportunity. From thousands of feet above, the peregrine begins a high-pressure dive. It tucks its wings, reduces drag, and descends along a precise path. Its speed can reach around 200 miles per hour at the critical moment. At that velocity, the pursuit does not need to last long. Success belongs to the one that chooses the right target, the right angle, and the right timing. Its primary targets are other birds. from pigeons, starlings, and shorebirds to larger species such as wild ducks. In many aerial hunts, the success rate is often around 15%, showing that each dive is a demanding test of calculation and reflex. For that reason, some individuals store food on cliff ledges or in secure locations, conserving energy when hunting conditions change. In the vast sky, success does not favor the fastest alone, but the one that turns altitude, speed, and timing into a decisive advantage. Life in Africa is measured by the ability to adapt. The weaverbird's nest stands as a clear example, a hanging woven pouch suspended from a branch about 20 feet above the ground, challenging gravity and many ground-based threats. But not every danger comes from below. The boomslang is a tree-dwelling snake, about 5 feet long, often searching for chicks and eggs in suspended nests. As it moves along a branch and quietly approaches the nest, the structure itself slows its advance. The hanging design, narrow entrance, and tightly woven fibers reduce the speed of its approach. That brief moment is enough for the flock to return. Alarm calls rise immediately. The weaverbirds close in from the air, circling, swooping, and creating a continuous wave of pressure. Individually, each bird may be vulnerable, but together they can force the intruder to retreat from the nest. Young birds require strict protection during their first 3 weeks of life. Today, intelligent design and coordinated behavior allow them to overcome one of the most demanding challenges in the wild. On the shallow lakes of North America, the American white pelican leaves its mark not through speed, but through size, endurance, and coordination. With a body weighing close to 16 pounds and a throat pouch that can temporarily hold about 3 gallons of water, it is built for group hunting. During the breeding season, energy demands rise sharply. Some individuals travel nearly 100 miles from nesting areas to reach fish-rich waters. When the group enters the lake, their movement is not chaotic. They form lines, beat their wings, tighten their spacing, and guide fish into shallow areas. There, the throat pouch becomes an efficient filtering tool, retaining fish while releasing water back into the lake. But the surface never belongs to a single species. When the pelicans lower their heads to filter, their field of view narrows for a few seconds. From the murky water, an American alligator approaches quietly, creating enough pressure for the group to break formation and take flight. On nesting islands, pelicans typically lay 2 to 3 eggs. Chicks grow on the food brought back by their parents, but high density also makes competition more apparent. On the water, every advantage has its limits. A single moment of lost control can shift the balance of survival. The herd of prey suddenly hesitates as an invisible pressure moves across the grasslands. The lion approaches its target through silence before erupting into motion. Every step forward is measured through distance, escape direction, and vulnerability. If another predator moves too close, the lion quickly establishes its boundary. When the ruler of the grasslands makes its move, who can still hold their ground? Across the East African grasslands, the black and white stripes of zebras blend together like moving camouflage. They are not only familiar prey of the savanna, but also resilient, powerful, and constantly alert survivors. With bodies weighing more than 700 pounds, wide vision, and spring-loaded legs, zebras make every lion hunt an unpredictable challenge. To approach this target, a lion cannot rely on strength alone. It lowers its body behind the dry grass, moves against the wind, and waits for the moment when the zebra herd loosens its formation. When the distance closes to nearly 100 feet, every step must be precise. Even the smallest sound can send the entire herd rushing away. Then the grassland erupts in red dust. The lion bursts forward in a short sprint, cutting off the escape line of a slower individual. The zebra instantly changes direction, accelerates to nearly 40 miles per hour, and tries to use its springing power and rear kick to keep distance. But this time, the lion has chosen the right angle of approach. It pushes the target away from the main flow, causing the zebra to lose rhythm in the decisive moment. As the dust settles, the hunt ends as a reward for patience. With a hunting success rate often below 30%, each lion victory comes not only from strength, but from timing, strategy, and the ability to seize the prey's smallest mistake. Cheetahs are the fastest cats on land. With their light, slender bodies, they can burst to nearly 70 miles per hour over short distances. When hunting, cheetahs can close in on fast-moving impalas within only a few seconds. But that speed always comes with limits. After each chase, their bodies heat up quickly, their endurance drops sharply, and they must rest to recover. That brief moment of lowered alertness makes cheetahs more vulnerable. A lion does not need to outrun a cheetah over a long distance. It only needs to ambush from close enough range, choose the right wind direction, and launch a sudden pounce. When the safe distance disappears, even the fastest cat can be overpowered. For cheetahs, retreating at the right time is sometimes the wisest choice. Alertness does not only help them hunt, it also gives them another chance to survive. Across the African grasslands, Wild dogs stand out more for pack discipline than for size. Each individual weighs around 80 pounds, yet the pack moves with the coordination of a single unit. Through high-pitched chirps, short whistles, and relentless endurance, they maintain a precise rhythm during the hunt. A hunt-in success rate close to 80% places wild dogs among the most efficient predators in Africa. To lions, wild dogs are direct competitors. They depend on the same territory, the same food sources, and sometimes even the same travel routes. When one pack established a den for its pups after leaving an older area filled with signs of danger, the new ground unexpectedly fell along the patrol path of a male lion. The moment unusual movement is detected, the lion lowers itself behind the grass. Then comes a sudden burst of speed, short, powerful, and unexpected. Reaching nearly 50 miles per hour, the pressure of the charge forces the wild dogs to scatter instantly. The adults try to draw attention away, but several pups cannot keep up, still too small to withstand that kind of threat. Afterward, wild dogs often move their den far from the scent of lions, choosing thicker cover and constantly changing their routes. Whenever they make a successful hunt, they eat quickly, keep their ears turned toward the wind, and leave at least one pack member watching the outer edge. Across the grasslands, lions dominate not only through strength, but also through the constant caution they inspire in every other predator. Spotted hyenas are often called the opportunistic predators of the grasslands. But in reality, they are far more formidable than that nickname suggests. They have powerful jaws, strong endurance, a highly efficient digestive system, and a ranked social structure within the clan. That is why hyenas have become the long-standing rivals of lions. Between the two species, encounters are rarely a fair one-on-one contest. When a lion closes in, it drives more than 400 pounds of body weight into a powerful charge. Dust rises like a golden curtain, hiding the critical moment. Even a few seconds of losing position can be enough for a hyena to be overwhelmed, especially when it is alone or separated from the clan. That conflict never truly ends. Lions sometimes pressure less alert individuals to reduce competition around their territory. Hyenas, even when pushed back, do not leave the struggle behind. They continue circling nearby, patiently waiting for an opportunity with remarkable endurance. When lionesses make a successful hunt, the hyena clan quietly follows, then moves in from multiple directions to compete for food. If the lions are few in number, the advantage may shift toward the hyenas. But when a male lion appears, its roar and overwhelming strength often force the entire clan to retreat. Along Africa's rivers, lions and crocodiles meet at the boundary between land and water. Lions dominate the grasslands through muscle, speed, and the strength of the pride. But beneath the murky surface, the Nile crocodile is a master of ambush. At more than 16 feet long, with an estimated bite force of about 3,700 pounds per square inch, it is enough to make any animal approach the river's edge with caution, even an African elephant. When a lion is forced to swim across a river in search of food, the smallest vibrations beneath the calm brown water can awaken the crocodile's hunting instinct. It glides closer, almost unseen, then suddenly surges forward in a powerful warning rush. In that critical survival moment, the lion reacts with incredible speed, twisting away from the sudden approach and swimming hard toward the bank. Even while searching for food near water, a lion can still lose its advantage. Mud can slow its steps, the distance can close too quickly, and the crocodile only needs one favorable moment to create pressure. Even so, it is very rare for a healthy adult lion to be completely overpowered by a crocodile. The situation changes when the crocodile comes ashore to warm itself in the sun. As a cold-blooded reptile, it needs external heat to regulate its body. On dry land, its heavy body makes it slower. When lions gather to defend their territory, the crocodile usually resists briefly before finding its way back to the water. At the riverbank, power is always shifting. The animal that understands the terrain is the one that keeps its chance to survive. Every year, more than 1.5 million wildebeest move in a vast cycle across the Serengeti Mara ecosystem, following the rains in search of fresh grass and water. It is one of the most famous migrations in the natural world. They are not aggressive animals, but when danger draws near, the entire herd can surge to nearly 50 miles per hour, changing direction together like a living current across the grasslands. Near a river, the herd advances through clouds of dust and the pounding rhythm of hooves. From the edge of the tall grass, a lion stays low, studying the herd's movement and waiting for the outer line to loosen. As sudden pressure builds, confusion spreads quickly. Weaker or slower individuals are pushed away from the main flow, where the protection of the herd is no longer complete. In a quieter patch of grassland, one separated wildebeest lowers its head to graze, though it constantly lifts its gaze to stay alert. The lion does not rush. It lowers its body beneath the golden grass and silently closes the distance bit by bit. When the gap becomes short enough, the approach comes with sudden precision. The wildebeest reacts instantly, twisting sharply in search of open space, but on exposed ground, even a brief delay can become dangerous. Even so, not every charge by a lion ends successfully. Sometimes the predator chooses the wrong angle of approach. Other times, the wildebeest suddenly turns back and resists with surprising force. Each failed attempt leaves the lion with more experience for the next hunt, It is a reminder that survival is often decided in only a few fleeting moments. The hunt concludes, yet the presence of the winged predator remains. They depart with the calm of those who understand their advantage. In nature, true strength is always paired with vision, timing, and patience. The sky is not just where they travel, but where instinct is refined each day. If you would like to follow more stories like this, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel.